Welcome to the Capital Exchange. I'm Steve Wilbur, Managing Director at Allen Capital Group.
And I'm Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group. Well, Steve, hasn't been a very smooth ride, but we finally made it the final week of 2022.
Travis, let's look at some clips of this last year, some of the themes that we talked about.
I'm not sure I want to.
It's going to be tough. Travis, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we are going to talk about inflation again. We are again talking about inflation. Travis, here we go again. Every month we seem to talk about inflation. Travis, we were given the monthly inflation numbers this week. Yeah, here we go again. The Fed has been left with no choice but to fight inflation this year.
You know, Steve, I can't wait until we can actually do an inflation video where we actually talk about inflation moderating instead of breaking records or being at multi-decade highs. The November CPI or inflation reading was released. We're looking at 7.1% year-over-year increase on inflation. Still far too high, but trending in the right direction. Yeah, not to sound like a broken record, Steve, but a lot of the current market anxiety is being driven by the Fed. Attempting to curb inflation, you know, the Fed plans to hike interest rates this year multiple times. Some people think it's going to be 3 times. Some people are predicting 4 times.
The Federal Reserve raised the Fed funds target rate last week by 0.75%. Travis, stocks and bonds have struggled so far this year in 2022. Travis, market volatility is nothing new. The S&P dipped in and out of bear market territory. The NASDAQ and the S&P 500 slipping into bear territory. Investors are understandably nervous.
So elevated inflation, rising interest rates, and geopolitical tension weighed on markets during the first half of 2022. So now with the election behind us, investors will be laser focused on inflation, if they weren't already, and Federal Reserve policy, which has been driving markets here recently. This is a good reminder that with economics, things rarely go according to plan. Yeah, Stephen, following that hike, Powell said he doesn't think we're in a recession.
Those inverted yield curves are famous for preceding U.S. recessions. That's 2 consecutive quarters. Looks like we're in a recession. Travis, there's been a lot of talk recently about a recession. Wow.
So, Steve, we pretty much talked about the same thing all year long. Inflation, climbing interest rates or Fed rate hikes, market drawdowns, which everyone's been feeling, and the R word. You saw it in the clips. I'm not going to say it.
No, and Travis, I really hope 2023 does bring us some new items or topics that we get to talk about, so it's not a broken record all over again.
Hopefully some brighter topics and some positive things to talk about.
I would love it. I will say that 23 is Michael Jordan's number. He's a champion, so why wouldn't we have a great year?
Wow, you're really connecting some dots there.
Trying to be positive here.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody, have a happy new year. We're looking forward to seeing you all in 2023.